I would definitely hope that students would recognize the value of what they're doing and the importance of seeing that their academic knowledge is central to what they're working on in their community placement, but also that concurrent to that, they're really thinking about the interests of the organization itself that they're placed within. I think sometimes you can feel as though your academic goals maybe aren't necessarily being met or centered in your placement experience, but it's really important to remember that you're only there for a few days a week. And while what you're doing is so meaningful and essential for that organization, there's also a bigger picture that you might not necessarily be in tune with. And so to recognize that it's not as though your placement supervisors aren't cognizant of the value for the academic for yourself, but also that they're kind of orienting themselves a slightly different way. So you're a part of the picture, but you're not necessarily the central focus within it.
If you are going to sign up for a CEL course or a CEL opportunity, that you're committed to it, because there's been a lot of background work both from the community and from the faculty putting it together, and also there's a real need for you to be there in that relationship. So what you produce is actually going to be quite useful. So if you're going to do it, I would say be committed to it, because it's really quite important that that relationship gets maintained and is positive.
So I think community engaged learning students should come prepared. They should do maybe a little bit of research first. So often with the courses that I've been involved in, there's a number of placement opportunities that can speak to different interests that students may have. And so for students to really think about what intersects with their own interests, and then also remember to communicate openly with your community partners. So if you're facing a challenge or you're busy in midterms or exams, that you really let your community partner know, the challenges maybe with your schedule, for example, and so that they can best accommodate you in the experience.
To be mindful of who you are in terms of your positionality, and be mindful of that where your placement is. So you may be doing frontline work where you require a certain cultural sensitivity. So just always keep yourself in check and make sure that the way that you're behaving is in a sensitive manner to your placement.
I think the critical thing for me is not to look at it as strictly a volunteer opportunity. I think the idea is to take a close and critical lens to what is happening in communities and who and what organizations and what types of players are building the social infrastructure that keeps our city great. If you go in thinking about it as sort of transactionally, so that I'm getting experience and I'm giving a service to an organization, you lose out on the richness of what a community engaged learning experience can offer.